direct your attention to something quite extraordinary.
You're talking to two guys from Hialeah and West Kendall and one with a Raleigh Fingers mustache, so I think you're good.
Ricky Vaughn style, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Who flips their bat like that in a single?
I'm here for
A guy that's hitting 200, bro.
Listen, you paid $5 for your ticket, even if you're sitting behind home plate.
Skip gets paid the big bucks. He knows a little better than I do.
And he's very handsome.
So handsome.
super
Great.
handsome. Super handsome.
Your expectations as a Marlins fan should have changed by now.
All the feels, man. Like, I love Pablito so much.
Lineup doesn't take for your ball.
It depends on what you give up,
I
man.
don't like that question, Danny.
I don't.
Why would you let me see it if I can't have it? Like, I feel like the Marlins.
Sure.
Starting staff has looked so much better.
All three of them.
I'm looking forward to this one, guys. I believe.
The Marlins have the worst run differential in the National League.
Oh man, now this was the wrong choice, but
I am ready to get hurt again.
Jesus. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 36 of the Battered Marlins Fans podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada. And as I choke on water, I am joined by two other Battered fans. I'll start from my left to your right. Mr. Bratton Griffin, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. We're a week closer to spring training. We are back every week, ready to go. And, stay tuned because I went digging on the dark web again and I found another gem written by our boy Spazzy.
Spaz, you need to realize once you put it out into the ether, it doesn't go away.
Man, the funny thing is that I mean, I did send that tweet, and then Branson just ran with it. So it's my fault, really.
How you been doing,
Yeah.
Spaz?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for another week of spring training gone, and I don't really consider this real baseball. But real baseball gets here in a couple weeks, so 1 week closer to that.
I know. I can't wait. And next week, just so everybody knows, next week we're going to have our season preview episode. And then in 2 weeks, we're talking legit open day baseball. And there's nothing better. Once the games count, that's when it gets really fun. So, so I'm looking forward to next week already. But before we do, we had a couple players optioned to the minors. Bratton, what do you got to tell us about the players that were optioned to the minors?
Well, Spazzy and I's hearts both broke at the exact same time. Griffin Conine got sent back. Yeah. Niner got sent down. A couple other guys. It was expected. Jacob Amaya, his shot at making this roster finally ended. We talked about him last week. He had he was having a really bad spring. And he was one of my disappointments when we talked last week. So he's down. A couple of pitchers, just getting closer to that opening day roster, and somehow or another, Avi is still on this roster.
Man, don't hold your breath because he's gonna be on this roster. Spaz, any of those names that Bratton just brought up kind of bring a tear to your eye?
I mean, yeah, just mini Mr. Marlin. But I have to say, Callie's not here with us today because he's doing some very important stuff. But when we got the news, obviously, Branson and I cried a little bit. And Callie said he's a bum, which I thought was a little bit,
Put him out there.
Yeah, that was a little harsh. But
a little harsh.
And then we said, well, we were both Spazzy and I were a little bit surprised, too. Like, Spazzy actually asked, like, are the Mesa brothers ever going to do anything?
Yeah. Are the Mesa doing it? Which one of them is like closer, and then the other one is, I think it's just, I don't know.
He's gone.
Yeah,
Remember, he walked out of AAA last season.
Yeah.
Didn't he start talking crap on Twitter about the Marlins?
He did. There's like a conspiracy. He's like,
he was like, don't worry, more's going to come out, and then we never heard from him again.
We'll see what happens.
Well, players got option to the minors, but we do have the spring breakout coming. Bratton, spring breakout. You're excited because I know you love all this spring training stuff.
Well, as much as I love spring training, everybody knows during the regular season I love prospects. I love minor league baseball. I love seeing guys develop. So starting tomorrow, there's this it's the first time we're doing this. It's called the spring breakout. So for those of you guys who don't know, every team puts out a team with their top prospects. And so, this is a chance to see guys from our whole farm system, which was ranked like what was it, 29th
29th.
or something.
29th.
So a whole lot of shit
Not
and some
great.
good gems, but it's cool because every team's doing this. So we're getting to see players like Noble Meyer, Thomas White, our 2 picks from last year on this team. Probably see some minutes. Patrick Monteverde made the team. Anthony Maldonado's on here.
That's your boy, Monteverde.
Yeah. What's nice is the catchers too, like Will Banfield and Joe Mack. Those are 2 guys that both ranked like 23, 24, I think, respectively in our farm system, and are guys that we will probably need at some point because we really don't have any catching depth. And then, you've got like Yiddy Cappy, who I'm high on, Jacob Amaya, who kind of blew his chance to make the big league roster.
Training.
Yeah, he had a rough spring training, but he's in this game, so it'll be a chance for him to showcase what he can do. Jacob Berry, Griffin Conine's on this team as well. Even though I didn't know this, but he's not ranked as a prospect in our farm system. It's wild.
He's ranked in our hearts.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only place he counts. But
that's gonna make an intro eventually.
How old is Yiddy?
Oh, Yiddy, it feels like he's been around forever, but
that's how I feel. That's why I was asking, because I feel like he's, his name has been thrown around for.
He is 21.
Oh, Jesus Christ, he's a baby.
Yeah, he is 21. But a guy I think we should keep an eye on in this game is Troy Johnson. Yeah. Even though he was optioned to minor league camp this spring already, he's a guy that I expect to see in the big leagues this season. Especially because I don't think we have a lot of like first base depth outside of Bell and Arise, and then Skip's been saying Berger's going to play over there some too. And when you have a guy like Troy Johnson who's been tearing it up in the minors, like he had 30+ home runs in the minors last season, like it's time to get this guy a chance. So I think we'll see him.
All right, we'll have to go back to this episode and get your sound clip when he does get the call.
That's it.
Yeah,
we keep the receipts.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Now
maybe that'll be my pick this year.
We are literally 2 weeks, 14 days away from opening day. Are you guys starting to lose hope on JD Martinez?
No.
I mean, he hasn't been signed by anybody, right?
Not yet. No.
Hopefully,
so you still think that there's a chance?
Hopefully, the nerd is in there cooking, man.
I think the more free agents we see sign, the better the likelihood is that he ends up here. Because I think the only hang up is that he wants a 2-year deal, and I don't see the Marlins saying, "Yeah, we'll give you 2 years." Even though I think it's a no-brainer, I say you give him the 2 years. I don't think they'll do it. And God, what's his name? He just signed with the Braves today.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah. That's another bat off the market, and I think JD
Adam
Martinez.
Duvall?
Yes, Martinez is being very. What?
Former Marlin Adam Duvall?
Yeah, that Adam Duvall.
I thought he had signed multi-years with the Braves, so I didn't know that he. What was he on, like a year and a half?
Signed today.
Oh damn! Shit.
I don't know. He just signed.
I would have loved to have him back. That dude, I liked him quite a lot.
I'd rather have JD Martinez.
Well, I mean, what?
But I think JD. I think the reason he hasn't signed is because he either wants to come to Miami and something's being worked out, or he's gonna do one of those like, I don't care. I'll wait till the deadline, the trade deadline or whatever. I'll wait till the All-Star break and I'll sign with a contender and win a ring.
I mean, it's a win-win for him.
Yeah. He just has to stay in shape and he'll be fine.
Yeah.
And he's
DHing.
So he's just DHing. So he doesn't have to stay into that great of shape, but it's still important to stay into somewhat type of shape.
Yeah.
Some degree.
I'm still hoping.
All right. So am I. But one person that we used to call a myth, Spaz's boy, Sixto, is finally tickling 99. So that was nice to see. Sixto has looked good so far. I thought that we would never see him, even in a spring training uniform. Right? I just thought that we would never see him. But he's been looking good. Your thoughts on Sixto? I'll start with Spaz. Spaz, your thoughts on your boy Sixto Sanchez?
I'm honestly, I'm just kind of shocked because when we heard just a few months ago, it was like reports that no, he's not going to be ready. No, he's, we're making jokes about he's throwing from 30 feet, he's throwing from 40 feet. Like, we're making all those jokes. And then today he's like, yeah, I feel like, or yesterday he's like, I feel 100%. Like, and then he's hitting 98.8. He's hitting 99 on the gun. I'm like, fuck, everyone has like a boner for this guy now.
Yeah.
But I was there first, probably.
He was.
Brian has the proof.
Yeah, Brian.
He was. And then,
but I mean,
Spazzy wrote this about him.
Oh God, here we go.
Sixto's arm a blur, 99 miles per hour, fastball silent roar. That was his haiku about.
That's
a beautiful haiku.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful
Spazzy.
haiku.
It was beautiful, man. And you get all the credit because I think Sixto's going to make the opening day roster.
Well, I mean,
he is also.
I hope he does. I like out of the bullpen, like a closer or something, right? Like not.
I'd like to see him. I don't know if I'm ready to give him the closing role. I think that's kind of. I'd rather see Nardi there. But I think he's a setup guy for sure. He can be with that speed, and if he shows.
I like the long relief, like Danny said. I mean, he's doing very well, and I'm very happy for him. Obviously, like small sample size, because he's not doing like 5-6 innings yet. But it'd be I mean, the story would be like probably one of the best feel-good stories of the season if Sixto comes back and has like a killer season, man. Because that dude has, I mean, and I'm guilty of it too. He's been through some shit. Yeah, a mobile bike.
Is there any chance that Tanner Scott is the closer this year?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He lost it 2 years ago. He somehow got it back last year. I don't even know how that happened. Looked pretty good last year when he finally got it back. But he's at least spring training wise, he looks like he's back to old Tanner Scott. I'm with you. I'm all on the Nardi train, the Nard dog.
Well, I think last season, like we literally were trying to throw every combination out there to figure out how to like stay healthy and stay relevant and crawl to the postseason. And I think that's what ended up happening with him. But yeah, with this is if everyone's healthy, and I'm with you. I'm with Nardi, man. Like
I heard his mom is nice.
What'd you say about his mom?
I heard his mom is nice. Doesn't she work at Disney World? Doesn't she his mom?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ, people. If anybody listening, I am not insulting Tanner Scott's mom. It's legit. I believe his mom works.
His aunt or his aunt's roommate.
One of his family members.
Because remember, I met her.
Disney World. Yes.
I met her.
That's why I brought it up.
Last summer I met her. I think it's his aunt.
Just sick minds.
Yeah. I was like, his mom's nice.
Jesus Christ. I am not in any way insulting or insinuating anything about Tanner Scott's mom. I thought that you had said it was his mom that worked at Disney.
Yeah,
and you said that she was nice.
His aunt.
Okay, whatever. His aunt is nice.
That was good.
Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah, there you go. All right, but as nice as his aunt is, we don't want to see him as a closer this year.
No.
So, all right. Now, another tough go. Yes, Sixto tickled 99, but Yuri ended up leaving the game. I want to say it was that same game. Am I right? Was it the same game, or was it just over the same weekend?
Yeah, I think it was the same game.
It might have been the same game. Yeah.
Yuri left yesterday.
Like, what was it? 5 pitches in or something like that?
Well, I know that it's something that
and then Cabrera 2 days before.
Yeah, it's a recurring discomfort that he has with, I think, his fingernail.
Yeah,
Callie said there was like a replacement fingernail or something, which I don't understand because
don't give Callie credit for that. Okay,
it might have been you. My bad. All right, sorry.
So what I saw, and I think it was one of the guys that fished on first.
Shout out to Fish on First.
Yeah, is apparently he has been wearing an artificial fingernail, and I think it's because like when you're throwing and when you throw different pitches. Sometimes you use your fingernails to grip the ball. Mm-hmm. And when spring training in particular, you're putting in a lot of extra throws that you wouldn't normally during the season. So your nail goes through a lot of like pressure and sometimes they pop off. And I believe his nail popped off and then they used an artificial nail to cover it while the other nail was growing back so that he could still pitch. And I believe somebody said yesterday that the artificial nail fell off.
That is so gnarly.
like 5 pitches in. So
And that's why he had to leave the game.
yeah.
Interesting. I had never heard that before. That sounds quite disgusting. But
It's not something that like they've really used a whole lot. Because I think it was Josh Beckett or AJ Burnett used to have the problem where a fingernail would fall off, and one had a blister problem.
Beckett had the blisters.
Yeah,
that was like a big thing. It was like Beckett had the blisters. So it might have been Burnett, because I've never heard about the fingernail thing.
I used to hate AJ Burnett. I never liked AJ Burnett.
I loved him.
Well, I loved him.
I used to try and I used to do like his wind up and stuff. It was great.
I was never a AJ Burnett fan.
Yeah, and then Cabrera left early too and had the MRI. I think that happened after our last episode.
Yeah, I think you're right. Which, did we get word on that? Like, is it horrible?
He's so funny. Like, if you don't follow him on Instagram, like you should, he posted a video of himself in his car driving away from the MRI place with like the CD. He was like,
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we haven't heard anything. It's just discomfort. So I think he's probably all right. But it does leave questions about like the rotation going into like the beginning of the season, because Brax is down. He's actually going to start the season on the IL. He won't even be available for a little bit.
Are you guys just surprised at how good AJ Puck has looked?
No,
I'm not surprised, but I am very like excited about it, just because. Dude, he's so much fun to watch when he's on. He's so much fun to watch. Dude. He's a big dude, man. Like, just watching him sling it.
This is like, and we kind of touched on it last season, like in several of our episodes. I know I brought it up. It's like the A's before we acquired him, they were stretching him out to be a starter, and then we acquired him, and then we were like, "Hey, be our closer," and he did that and ended up getting dead arm, which I think is probably has to do with him being stretched out, then not being stretched out, and then, in appearances where he had rest in between, he was great. It's just like back-to-back nights he fell apart, and so I'm excited to see him in the rotation. He's definitely going to be part of the opening day rotation. He'll probably be our, I don't know, probably be fourth, maybe, but the other thing is, like, our rotation is going to be like lefties. That's Ryan Weathers, I think, is the only Ryan. I think Ryan's a righty.
I'll tell you right now. Ryan Weathers is a righty.
How do you not have this ready? Come on, guys.
I know. We're not in preseason form, all right? We're still preseason.
No, he's a lefty. He's a lefty.
Damn. Yeah.
Nothing but southpaws out there. Fuck it, let's ride.
Well, Yuri will be the righty. Yuri's the one righty.
Yep. Yeah. So Ryan Weathers is a lefty also.
Yeah, so it'll probably be. We'll see what the order looks like, but it'll probably be something like Luzardo, Rogers, Yuri, and then Weathers and Puck. If Cabrera's healthy,
he's ready.
Yeah, if he's healthy, I think he probably pushes. It's tough. Who do you push out of there? Weathers or Puck?
I still don't trust Puck.
I'll do Puck. I'm all in on
Puck. I want to be all in on Puck, but I don't. I'd like to see him out of the bullpen first. Wait till somebody goes down.
And he's a Gator, so I'm all in on Puck.
You like the Gators?
As a Gator household dog.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yuck. So
yeah.
All right. So we've been like talking about all these skip it promos that we've been seeing, and Udonis Haslam was the latest one, which I thought was awesome because obviously fresh off of retirement and celebrating all his accomplishments with the Miami Heat just a month ago or 2 months ago when he got his jersey retired. Thought it was a nice touch. He is Mr. Miami, right? Outside of Pitbull, sports-wise, he is Mr. Miami. So I thought it was a nice touch. What do you think about UD being there? Because, they got quite the list of people that are going to be at that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people are skipping it. But, like, immediately when that that UD promo came out, like I think it might have been the most liked and the most shared from what I saw from everyone that I follow, like on IG and Twitter. It was such an easy choice. I should have led with that.
Because nobody cares about Jake Paul, but UD.
I don't care about Jake Paul. I don't care
Exactly.
about that David Grutman. I don't care about Busquets.
You don't care about Busquets?
Busquets plays on Inter Miami, but like some of those were so forced and so like, yeah, they're being like, I'm being made to do this. Like UD's an actual fan of like every Miami team, and like he's wearing the Florida Panthers shirt while he's doing this. I mean, it was the best one out of all of them. So
and Busquets has gone to quite a few games also.
Yes, yeah, he has. I will say that. So maybe he low-key likes him, though.
I think he's a baseball fan. I think he came to the game didn't Griezmann come to a game or something last season?
Oh, I don't know.
That does make sense. I know we had a few F1 guys. Like we always get like somebody really cool, and I wish the stadium was more packed because they must get there and be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But like the week that he signed, Busquets got to the game.
Yeah.
I think I was there when he was there, and I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting him to be there.
Yeah. So, I think I love the UD thing because even last season, you remember like we signed him to a 1-day contract.
Right. Yeah.
You remember that? And we had UD Day at the park, and that was cool. And like they did the crossover. It was like a Heat Marlins shirt. And we all were like, yeah, we're gonna go. And then it was like Messi's debut, and we all ended up going to Inter Miami game.
That's right. It was the same night. You're right.
Yeah.
That wasn't
because we were all
that was July of last year.
Yeah,
we were July 19th
to go. Yeah, we were all excited to go. And then like Inter Miami announced Messi, and we were like, "Oh shit! Like we got to go to this now.
We have to go to that." And it ended up being it was worth it.
Yeah.
I do remember Kamal Miller throwing out the first pitch for one of the games I was at also. So I think he showed up with the Leagues Cup trophy.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think they're gonna do somebody else big too, because we got a couple weeks before opening day. Like you have to think, like
you got to think Miami.
We see a Dan Marino.
We don't want to see. We don't want to see fucking Jake Paul. We don't give a shit about that guy.
No. We have to see some Panthers. That has to happen.
Yeah.
We got to see some Dolphins. Either Tua, Marino.
You know what? And every time they do a crossover with another team, sorry, Danny. Like because what's this guy's name? David Sampson. He was always he's always beating his drum about how like the Marlins didn't like to do shit with other teams, like they didn't like doing the crossover or whatever. And
I wasn't aware of that.
Oh yeah, like David Sampson's always fucking talking shit about like they don't play well, whatever this and that. And like every time they do it, it's like, eat it, bro. You're such a fucking piece of shit. Like I love when they do crossovers just to shut him up.
Well, I will say if the Marlins want to invite a Dolphin, I highly recommend Jordan Poyer, newly signed safety, because his wife is hot. And if you haven't checked her out, go ahead, do yourself a favor. Jordan Poyer's wife, best off-season signing for the Dolphins this season.
This guy earlier on,
Danny will not talk about people's moms.
Well, just so you know,
wives.
my wife just walked across and she's staring dead at me. I could see her out of the corner of my eye. So, and my daughter now is too. So we'll move on. Now, opening day. Opening day was announced. Jesus Luzardo is going to be the opening day pitcher. How are you guys feeling about the decision being made?
With no Brax, who else could it have been?
Yuri. I wanted it to be Yuri.
I don't like putting that pressure on him to be the ace so far.
Wasn't his first start against was it the Dodgers?
No. Oh,
the Yankees.
No, his debut was at home.
No, you're right. You're right. But he did play.
But
one of his first games.
His second game was against the Dodgers in LA.
And then he played against the Yankees soon thereafter. Like he's had some big games already.
Yeah.
So
I agree. But I think from what I've heard, this nail problem has also put him behind in his throwing regimen.
I think
so. He is not like they got to get this solved so he can get his innings in so that he's ready for the season. So, I don't think it'll keep him out of the rotation, but I do think it's something we have to keep an eye on. So, not having him as the opening day starter, I'm not surprised.
I think I'm with you, Danny. Like I would have really liked it, but obviously Brenton is a voice of reason, and like yeah, I get it. Like baseball wise, where we're starting Luzardo, but man, if he would have started, like if he would have had game one, I think the city would have been like, oof. It would have been It would have been so great to have that on opening day, and I think Luzardo would have understood. Like he's still our guy, but
yeah.
To have Yuri, whew,
business wise, it makes sense to have Luzardo game one because that game's gonna sell out regardless.
Yeah,
and if you want to get fans to the ballpark just to see a future pitcher or the future star Yuri, then you will save it for Friday or Saturday when the attendance is gonna come down anyway. You'll still get a lot of people in the stadium just to see Yuri. So I guess business wise, that makes sense also.
Yeah.
I mean, and Luzardo's still such a treat. The dude balls.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's all fine. It's a win-win all around.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
If that's what your dilemma, it's a good dilemma to have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think that's about it. That's all we had for today. Any final thoughts here, Spaz?
Oh man, dude, I've had this here and I always forget to show it.
Oh, that is awesome.
It's a little.
That is so cool.
So my buddy, he's a guy that I tailgate with every.
For those of you listening on audio, it was a cleat,
a little mini cleat,
a mini cleat, I guess keychain.
Yeah.
For the Florida Marlins. It has a Florida Marlin logo on the side. Very cool.
Yeah, no, I just saw it here and I thought I'd show it. But my buddy, who he knows I'm a huge Marlins fan, so is he. He had a coworker who just had a bunch of boxes of like Florida Marlin stuff, and like he just sells at garage sales and stuff. And he's like, "I'll give you like $5 for this box or whatever." He's like, "Yeah, take it, whatever." Dude, like little gems like this. This is where I got the glasses too, like these Marlins, like
oh shit, Gary Sheffield.
Yeah, this is where I got these two. So I have like little random things. An ornament that's like Florida Marlins, like for my Christmas tree. Yeah, I just had it here, so I thought I'd show it.
Are you tailgating opening day?
Yes. We are tailgating opening day. We usually get there like right when that grass where they do like the Uber lot. All right, so there's where they do the Uber lot. There's another grass lot right next to it, and that's where we set up, and we'll tailgate there. We usually get there. First pitch is at 4. We get there like at noon. Fire up the grill. We have speakers. We have we do a thing. We take the day off and we make a day out of it.
It kills me that the game starts at 4:00 now because I got a new job and it's gonna be hard. Like 2 weeks into my new job, be like, hey, just so you know, gotta take the day off.
You're kind of the boss, though.
I still have a boss over me,
assistant
though. So
boss.
You're the assistant, but you're
I get off a flight from New York at like I think 3.
Oh, you won't make it.
So I don't know.
Yeah, you're not gonna make it.
I might try.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to see if I figure it out, but it's gonna be a hard go for me. But it's nothing like opening day. I think it's the best.
Yeah,
the best day of the year to me is that day.
Like it's such a vibe in the air. Like it's one of those days that it's so nice to see the park like buzzing like that, just because we truly don't get it the rest of the season. But it's the one day where, like it is buzzing. So we make it.
I really hope that I get to make it up, but we'll see. But I'm looking forward to it. Like we said in the beginning of the show, next week is our season preview. So that's going to be fun. We're going to preview either what we think the rotation is going to be, what the season is going to look like, possible MVP of the team, possible disappointments of the team, all that other good stuff. Is going to be a fun-filled episode. So I'm looking forward to that. So look forward to that next Thursday, 9:00. And I think that's about all. So if you are listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5-star comment, review, all that other good stuff. And if you're watching on YouTube, please, first, thank you all for watching all the way to the end. Please leave us a like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. Season's starting, so we're going to start throwing these episodes out every week. So please come have fun with us. And until the next one, have a good one.